He acknowledged our hurts, our abuse, and our mistreatment.
Pope Francis met with Canadian Indigenous delegates Thursday as a historic week continued for Indigenous people seeking an apology and a way forward from the Catholic Church's role in Canada's residential school system. Survivors, knowledge keepers, leaders, and youth shared their lived experiences and focused on the children. Grand Chief of the Cree Nation of Eeyou, Istchee in Quebec, Mandy Gull-Masty, says the Pope expressed his respect for the community and what they've gone through.
He spoke about how we were rejected ethnically, in a religious way, and discriminated, and that the colonial system was a devastation to our identity. The most powerful words that I heard him speak today was his expression of sorrow and shame on behalf of the church, and that he did confirm the church was standing with us.
It's clear that he wanted this encounter to happen, and it's clear that he himself was profoundly moved by what he heard.
As a symbol of every child who went to residential schools, the delegation presented Pope Francis with a traditional cradle board, a device used by Indigenous peoples to secure babies in place.
The Holy Father has now been tasked with the responsibility to care for this cradle board overnight and to reflect on the messages delivered by our delegates. If he is truthful in his commitment to the Indigenous peoples of Turtle Island, then he will follow through with our request to return the cradle board to our delegation at the general audience tomorrow.
They're calling for the Pope to come to Canada and visit residential school sites, meet with survivors, families, and leaders, and provide an official apology.
While forgiveness is a personal choice, we cannot ignore the power of an apology and the act of forgiveness that demonstrates compassion.
We heard the Holy Father say to us very clearly, the church is with you. That's an incredibly important statement, because the next thing we will hear is, I am sorry. I'm absolutely convinced of that.
On Friday, the delegates will gather as a group for a more formal audience, with Pope Francis delivering an address.
Tomorrow will be the first day of reconciliation, not only with ourselves, with our families and communities, but with our neighbors, and indeed with all of Canada.
For support or assistance for those affected by the residential school system, contact the 24-hour crisis line at 1-866-925-4419. In Montreal, Alyssia Rubertucci, City News.